NYYST. This is New York, Yankee sports talk. Swinging for the fences, knock it out the park. This is New York, Yankee sports talk. Christian and Chris, of course SGR. This is New York, Yankee sports talk. Homie, New York, Yankee sports talk. Record, rain or shine, grab your shades and umbrellas. NYYST, you're hanging with the fellas.
Welcome back. This is episode 274 of the NYYST podcast. We're presented to you by NYYNewsTV. I'm your host, Christian, as always, joined by my co-host, Chris.
Yo.
And it's SGR.
What up?
What up, fellas? It's just going to be one of those shows. It is. I mean, unless you've been living under a rock, a lot of things happened in the past week since we went live Monday night. A lot of them not good for the Yankees in terms of them. I don't know if the word is. I just don't even know the words to adequately describe it. We're going to come up with them though. Freddie Freeman's in L.A. Carlos Correa's in Minnesota. Trevor Story's in Boston. And the Yankees signed Anthony Rizzo and Marwin Gonzalez. So there you go. I love the Marwin Gonzalez signing.
Yeah, 5 years
ago.
5
years ago. But we're going to get into all that. We're going to there's just so many layers to the shortstop position for this team. We're going to get into that first, but as normal, we got to get the bookkeeping out of the way, and then we're going to jump right into things here. We were going to play Guess That Yankee, but it's not appropriate to have fun today, nor do we have time to get into it. So we're going to save that maybe for next week. But we'll let Chris get the bookkeeping out of the way here.
I'll get it out of the way real quick. If you hate the New York Yankees and you think they're a joke of an organization and this offseason was a absolute slap in your fucking face as a fan, then head over to iTunes, Apple Podcasts, leave us a 5-star rating and review. SGR is about to sneeze. God bless you. Oh, man, I just broke like a 6-year streak of not saying God bless you to SGR. That's
you hate the Yankees but love us.
If you hate the Yankees and you love us, head over to Apple Podcasts, leave us a 5-star rating and review. And if you really hate the Yankees, if you fucking in your gut right now, you're just disgusted and you want to absolutely vomit all over the place, head over to patreon.com/NYYST to get more Yankee content and help support the NYYST podcast.
Well, we're testing a few things out on Patreon. We might become a Mets podcast. We have a Cuck Showalter report this week that
I love it.
On Patreon.
I love it, actually. Hey. And you know what? Maybe we should, because the Mets invest in their fans, and therefore we should invest in the Mets.
Yeah, cross the report.
Adam Ottavino's a Met.
Can I just say something? Out of all the shit that's gone wrong, and out of all the times when you can sit back and say, how does Hal Steinbrenner let this happen? If there's one thing out of all of it that just blows my mind, it's that he's okay with the Mets. He's okay with the Yankees not spending money, but he's also okay with the Mets just being that team now.
It doesn't, that doesn't bother me, because I'm not concerned what anybody else is doing. But
can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Yeah. George would have had a fucking fit if.
Could you imagine?
We're pushing their payroll up to $300 million, and the Yankees were sitting on their hands throughout this entire offseason. But I don't concern myself with what the Mets are doing. I concern myself a little bit with what the other teams that the Yankees are in direct competition with are doing, but.
Not you. I didn't say you as a fan. I wasn't saying you are concerned. I'm saying, can you believe that Hal is just okay? It's just such a different.
But the Mets are, to me,
but it's just such a. No, why would you? I'm just saying it's such a different change of pace. That, if this were happening years ago, the Mets were spending this much money and getting this good of players, and the Yankees were settling for Marwin Gonzalez. Remember when they were going to settle for Trevor Story? Remember?
I again, this is all gonna come up here, and it's not it's not about what the Yankees are spending, because this payroll is going to sit around 250 unless the Yankees decide to dump a couple more guys before the beginning of the season. This payroll is going to sit around $250 million. And I think that was a fair ask by us in the offseason after they got eliminated in a wild card game, is to get the payroll up around 250. And they did that. But it's the way the assets are being allocated that's got you scratching your head. Like, how do you have a $250 million payroll and have this many question marks on this team? Now, that all leads to one person, and that person is the general manager of the New York Yankees. It's Brian Cashman. And it was Friday night into Saturday morning. Wake up to the news. Carlos Correa signs a 3-year, $105 million deal with the Minnesota Twins. And you almost have to wipe your eyes, go take a piss, get a drink, sit back down and read it again to make sure you're not in some fucking fever dream that you read. Carlos Correa signed a 3-year deal with opt-outs after each year with the Minnesota Twins. Because the first thing that comes to your mind is the Yankees wanted to go stopgap. That was their fucking plan. And we're going to get into how stupid of a plan that is later on. But that was their plan. Signing Carlos Correa to a 3-year deal, does that fuck with that plan?
It's the most beautiful stopgap plan you could ever come up with.
And if he has a killer year this year, he walks and he tests free agency again.
See ya.
So you are not in any type of debt to this guy. You pay him his $35.1 million because him being a Boris guy, he had to get the extra $100,000 a year to beat Anthony Rendon's contract of the highest paid was an infielder, AAV for an infielder, I believe, in Major League history. So good for him. You let him walk, and you cover yourself through the Anthony Volpe's development. Instead of, and again, you know, we might come on this show in July and be like, dude, we love fucking IKF. And I think we're all going to feel that way about him because I think he's going to be a grinder. He's going to be a hustler. He's going to be one of those guys that gets dirty and you appreciate the way he plays baseball. I think we're all going to feel that about him. But at the end of the day, he's a 270 hitter at best that plays great defense with no pop. He's a 600-700 OPS guy. Carlos Correa is at the top of the food chain when it comes to fucking shortstops. It's really not even close. So would you rather have Carlos Correa or would you rather have fucking IKF? I mean, it's a fucking no-brainer. So now you're looking at it like the Yankees maneuver, the Yankees go off season, despite us being told from the fucking horse's mouth, from Brian Cashman's mouth himself, we understand how important shortstop is. We know we need to get better there. And you settle on Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. So you fucking lied right there. You lied to your fan base right there because if you recognized how important that was, you had Trevor Story, Marcus Semien, what's the other guy that signed? Seager, even Javier Baez, Carlos Correa. I just listed 5 guys that the Yankees could have went out and got. They weren't apparently interested in any of them because they did not want to mess with the golden child, Anthony Volpe. Fine, you didn't want to do that. You go to IKF. Then you find out Carlos Correa is willing to take a 3-year deal. And you're like, where the fuck were you on that? Where were you? Where the fuck were you on that deal? That this guy could, if this guy comes out there and mashes and has an MVP caliber,
I hope he does.
He'll walk. He'll go and be a free agent again.
Well, were those reports true that he wouldn't have taken a deal like that with the Yankees?
Well, apparently, if you believe Cuck Martino, okay,
fuck him.
That the Yankees, the night of him signing with Minnesota, Boris and Cashman were discussing a 4-year deal with similar opt-outs.
Oh,
I don't know what to fucking believe anymore because everybody the Yankees are supposedly in on, they weren't in on anybody. So from now on, and whenever I hear the Yankees are talking to somebody interested, I believe that the Yankees were actually interested in them when they play for the fucking Yankees because they weren't in on anybody.
When did it become like a bad thing to play for the Yankees? I remember, I'm old enough to remember a time when everyone wanted to play for the Yankees.
Chris, I don't know if it's that they don't want to play for the Yankees or the Yankees are just not. They're not in that business anymore.
I think that's it. I think that's more believable.
So
but like you said, though, they're spending $255 million. So they are still in that business. It's just they're not doing it.
It's not the right way.
Well, listen now. Here is the fucking icing on the cake. The icing on the cake. And if you're watching this YouTube show, you're already on the NYY News TV channel. Go to Pete's Live from fucking Saturday. I'm not going to reenact it. I'm not going to pretend to do an original skit. Pete fucking nailed it perfectly. The way that Minnesota's GM probably played Brian Cashman when he made the deal for Josh Donaldson. So now, not only could you have had Carlos Correa as your stopgap shortstop, you took Josh Donaldson off their fucking hands to allow them to get Josh Donaldson. And now you're going to get Correa.
Okay,
and now you're going to tell me, I got people in my comments on my fucking tweets, which I hate the Yankees right now, but my tweets have been fire. So thank you for being such a fucking cuckold of an organization. I've been gaining a lot of followers for it. So thank you.
Tweet it.
I tweeted it.
You tweeted it.
You fucked up. You took Josh Donaldson, where if you didn't do it, maybe you could have had the money to go and fucking get Carlos Correa, but you let him walk. And I'm telling you, I would be a fly on the fucking wall, give anything to be on a fly on the wall for Minnesota's GM as he's rolling on the fucking ground, laughing that you took Donaldson so he could get Correa.
Oh man!
And then you got people with a fucking straight face in my comments telling me that Brian Cashman doesn't deserve to be fired. Are you fucking kidding me? After that, if that's not the final nail in the coffin, we called for this guy's head going into the 2020 season. We said, dude, if they don't win, we need a regime change. And then you know what? And I'll be the first to admit, said, you know what? It's not fair to fire everybody off the COVID season. 60 games, it's not fair. We'll give them 2021, and the Yankees run it back. They run it fucking back. And you didn't even have to.
They doubled down. They doubled down.
Chris, you didn't even have to be good at your job not to fuck this offseason up.
Yeah.
You didn't even, but they were such a catastrophe, such a fucking catastrophe that they not only took an aging, injured Josh Donaldson, took all the money, they allowed the team they took the money, they took the player from to go get the player they really needed.
Oh, it's so bad.
And Brian Cashman,
so bad.
And you're going to tell me Brian Cashman still deserves to be general manager at his ball club after that?
No, it's so. And let me say one thing.
Go ahead. Okay.
Let me say one thing. I got to give us credit for something because there's a lot of people out there for years that either hate Cashman, love Cashman. They won't change their narrative at all. Go back to the beginning of this podcast. Go back to how we defend and say Cashman is a great GM. You could even go back to the trade deadline last year and say we were unfair for how we spoke of him because those deals were great. Ninja Cashman was back. But the reason why we can be trusted is we're going with the times here. We're not going to sit here and just always defend him or always rip him. Right now, Brian Cashman, there is no justifying sitting here and saying that he's a good GM anymore. This has been, you use the best word, it's one of my favorite words to use, a catastrophic fucking disaster. Catastrophic.
And you used a great word there. You used a word at the end of good GM. You said any more. That's not just because
compound word.
Okay. Brian Cashman has been here I believe he's been here as long as my sister's been on this earth, which is since 1986. Okay, he's been in this organization.
Okay. Oh, right. Our SGR should know.
What, 86?
He won trivia.
Yeah, 1986.
Okay. He's been general manager of this team going on 25 years.
Stale.
Eventually, things pass you by.
And things change. Like things, Like,
So
the times change.
So was Brian Cashman a good GM? Yes, he was a good GM. Is he a good GM now? I can't sit here and tell you that. If I told you that he was, I'd be lying to you. Because when you're handed a budget, now you want to say, and I'm going to say this again. I will die on this hill. We said we're not dying on the Gary Sanchez hill anymore. We're not doing that. But this hill I'm still going to die on. I'll fight you to fucking death on this hill.
Yeah.
Hal Steinbrenner's biggest problem, if you have an issue with Hal Steinbrenner owning his team, it's not his financial resources, his financial commitment to this ball club. It's the fact he continues to let Brian Cashman spend his money. Because for $250 million, you should not be looking at that team and going, that's a fourth place team. And if you think, and I'm telling you right now, if you, with a straight face, tweet, say on your podcast, go on Facebook, tell your brother, say to the guy at the grocery store, the Yankees are winning the AL East this year, you're not only a cuck, you're a cuck-when. Okay?
Yeah, well, you are. You fucking losers, honestly.
Yeah, you're a cuck. You know, me and Hal.
You fucking losers, if you say that on your podcast.
Okay, you're not only a cuck-when is a female version of a cuck.
Cuck-when.
I'll fucking go all out right now, dude.
Cuck-when?
I'll go out. Okay. I'll go all out right now.
Yeah.
Because you know I have fucking beef with these motherfuckers, okay?
Right. I have not verified it. So
okay, I'll verify it and we'll go there maybe midweek. Maybe midweek I'll do a little live.
I personally haven't verified anything, but I'm just saying if you are using it doesn't even have to be anybody. If those words come out of your mouth in any situation, you're not I can't take you seriously. I don't want to hear your opinions on baseball. Because if you think this team is winning, and I want to be wrong right now, I really do, but I can't sit here on, what is this, March 20th and tell you with any type of certainty or any type of realistic not expectation in a situation that the Yankees are winning the AL East this year. How?
You're in denial. Or you're just fucking dumb. Either one. There's only two. Only two options there.
And if you don't like if you think, well, we're going to be we're not going to be the negative podcast. We're going to be the real podcast. I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke up everybody's asses just so they could fucking feel good and feel better about the situation. Be like, yay, the Yankees are going to win this year, because I don't feel that right now. When April 7th hits, I'm going to be in front of the TV. I'm going to root for this fucking team, and I'm going to hope for the best. And I'm going to hope that we're sitting here in late October completely wrong about what happened. But as I sit here on March 20th, I can't tell you that I think this team is winning a World Series, because I just don't see it. I don't see how they're good enough right now. I don't.
Question. What's Gleyber now, a bench player?
Or is DJ LeMahieu a bench player?
Yeah. Yeah, you know what?
They're all bench players every other day.
You know what? You know what, dude? I'm just going to go into this with the dumbest moves you could possibly make are the moves I'm going to expect. So, yeah, I guess DJ is a bench player as of right now.
I said this in our group chat earlier. Call me crazy, but because I watched most of the game today. The Yankees won yesterday. I watched most of it. I can't listen to Michael K's. I can't listen to him. I really can't. They need to get rid of him. But anyway, they were saying, how are you going to get everybody into the lineup opening day? You know, they're going to rotate. Bob Byer's going to get their 500 ABs, but it's going to, it's the honor of starting on opening day. Who's going to be the odd man out? Well, to me, that's easy. It's Aaron Hicks. Gleyber Torres DHs on opening day. Stands in left, Gallo's in center. Well, they won't do that, but so they'll play Gallo in left, Judge in center, G in right. That's your outfield. You know, Donaldson, IKF, DJ, and Rizzo, and Gleyber's got a DH.
You know what the biggest problem is right now? Remember after like the fifth hitter on this team, when we'd look at the bottom half of this lineup and go, on a good day, the bottom half of this lineup will do damage. On a bad day, even if they're having a bad year, On a good day, they'll do damage. On a bad day, they'll strike out 1,000,000 times, right? Now, on a great day, it's like, after the 5-hitter, it's like, even on a great day, maybe they'll do something. The bottom half of this lineup is a fucking joke. It is a fucking
no, it's awful.
Joke.
It's awful. There's no way to spin it positively right now.
Like, at least Gary said, like, okay, look, I've had family say this to me. I apologize if I offend you. I've heard people say this offseason was good strictly because they at least got rid of Gary Sanchez, right? Fine. That's how you want to feel. Fine. How much better is this Ben guy going to be that you're willing?
You know that, right?
He's hurt now?
He's likely going to miss opening day.
Okay, great. How bad was Gary Sanchez that at least he had a great arm, right? And on a bad day, he'd strike out 4 times. But on a good day, he might hit 2 home runs and have 5 RBIs. Like, what are we doing? If that's what you're happy about, then you had an agenda. You had one goal, and that was to never see Gary Sanchez again. I fucking hope Gary Sanchez tears shit up alongside his new buddy, Carlos Correa, in Minnesota. And I hope in 3 years when Volpe comes up, love the kid, love his dad. I think he watches all these shows. Nothing personal against your son. I hope when he comes up, he's fucking garbage. You want to know why? Just to spite this fucking ownership and this general manager. Because fuck them. Because fuck you. If I'm supposed to wait 3 more fucking years now to win a World Series, you're a bunch of fucking liars. You're not just lying to yourselves, you're lying to this fucking fan base, and fuck you, I'm done. You think I'm joking when I say I'm done. I'm fucking done.
They're not lying to themselves.
Name all the players, Christian. Name all of them. Let's start with Correa. Nope. Okay, who were we going to settle with? Who would we settle with? Trevor Story. Nope. Worst case scenario, Simmons. Nope.
Well, I
First base, Freddie Freeman. Nope.
Then fucking Simmons.
Olsen. Nope.
Yeah.
Who else you want to go? Who else you want to go with?
I mean, we said it last week. Once you make the trade that they made last week, you can't trade for Olsen. You've already stamped that. And here's the biggest problem right now. And it's funny because this thought came across my mind. You remember Manny Banuelos?
Yeah, one of the killer bees.
Manny B.
Wasn't he a can't miss prospect?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Where was he last year?
No idea.
In the fucking Mexican League.
Yeah. What about I gotta say, I hate Mark Malusis. I hate his guts.
Lucy.
Yeah, but he was on the radio today.
Mm-hmm.
I was driving with my father-in-law. He had 1019 on.
Okay.
And he had WFAN on. And Moose was on. And it's almost as if he listens to the show because for about, a year now, we've been talking about all the prospects that we've been waiting for. And how it's just like, nope. Tyler Austin, nope. Who else? Throw one out there for me. Ben Willis, nope.
Rob Refsnyder.
Montero, nope.
Jesus Christ.
Chance Adams, nope. Justice Sheffield, nope. What do we got here? We got a baby or what?
Well, she's not a baby. She's trying to sneak in here.
Aww. Is it Creed?
Tell her to come in.
Come here, babe. You want it?
Come on the pod.
Come here. Let me tell you a little bit about your dad and about this team that he roots for.
Do you want to say hi? You being shy now? Being hijacked by an almost 2-year-old.
Oh.
It's okay.
What are you doing?
She doesn't like you anymore because you shaved your face.
Oh yeah.
You guys can talk while I'm handling this.
No, we can't. We're waiting. I'm anticipating.
Do you want to come here or no?
Does she hate you like my daughter hates me?
She's calling the dog.
My daughter's she's a little bitch.
Don't say.
You want to know? Yeah, no, she is.
Come here, babe.
You want to know why? You want to know what I say to her?
Come here. What do you say?
I say, do you love daddy? She looks at me. She goes, I love Gaga. I say, do you love daddy though? She goes, I love mommy. I say, do you love mommy? She goes, yeah, I love mommy. And then, you love daddy? She goes, I love Gaga. Fuck you. She's like me. She's me. And that's why we don't get along.
Yeah. That's maybe that's
and she's
pretty
2.
true.
And she's 2.
Yeah. She'll get there. Okay. So, we're gonna do the pod.
What are you running a fucking daycare now?
What are we doing over here?
I have one kid.
Fucking kindergarten
Not
cop
9
over
like
there?
you.
Sounds like fucking 9.
Fucking school.
I'm done anyway because I can't get too into it. My daughter's sleeping, and I
don't know,
can't.
man. You just got pretty fired up.
I know, dude, and I can't let that happen because I'll wake everyone up in my house.
Wake him up, bro.
Because I can't stay calm talking about this right now.
If
No,
that,
Because I'm
if
so
if
fucking
that's-
disgusted.
if it's true that Correa would have done something similar here with those opt-outs and a 4-year deal, then yeah, that's inexcusable.
Well, they were like, oh, they didn't put the 3-year deal on tape. Well, why? Again, general manager, why didn't you put it on the fucking table then?
Honestly, I don't care. I don't care. The only thing I care about is the result at this point. Because there's a reason why these guys aren't signing with the Yankees. There's a reason, whether you want to believe that they actually want to be Yankees or not. Money talks louder than anything.
Yeah, and the Yankees aren't offering these guys the money that they want.
Right?
No, they'll take Donaldson's fucking salary though.
But there is a bit. See, that's where the Correa stuff's interesting. Is that, well, what did the offer have to be? How much more of a tax is it to play for the Yankees? Because it's an easier deal for Correa to make.
I
with
don't think the
Minnesota.
Yankees were ever fucking in on anything, bro.
Yeah,
I think
that's where I want to know more.
I think they got a lot of fucking jerk offs on their payroll that come out there and fucking spin shit for them. That's why as soon as Correa signed, you've seen all these fucking assholes tweeting, oh, Yankees are in on Trevor Story just to fucking placate the fans. They weren't not fucking in on Trevor Story. They were in on fucking Trevor Story. He wouldn't have wound up in fucking Boston.
Mm-hmm.
You fucking kidding me? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. I'm so sick and tired of being fed that fucking bullshit too. You know, that's what I just said earlier in the show. When the Yankees are interested in somebody, when I believe it from now on is when they fucking play for the Yankees. So shut the fuck up and just and sign guys. I don't want to hear anything from any fucking reporters anymore. Yankees are in on this guy. They offered it. They didn't fucking do anything. Okay. Freddie Freeman. We were talking about how much north of 35 million we would chase Freddie Freeman. He signed for 27 million. 27. And he's not even getting all the money.
What were we expecting? 35 maybe tops? I said 33, 35 tops.
I think the AAV is around 27 and like $60 million deferred after the contract.
Well, listen, apparently I got a lot of shit on Twitter. That was fun actually. But apparently from what I heard was that the Yankees had a big AAV on the table. And that's why they were thinking that he would take that. And then it got to a point where it was like, he's not going anywhere but LA, and he's using the Yankees as full leverage at this point.
Well, apparently, I don't know what you heard, but what I read the other day after he signed, I don't remember exactly what publication it was in, but the Yankees, that was Cashman. I don't know if Hal was on the call, but Cashman, Freeman, and Freeman's agent were on a Zoom call back in November after the season had ended, and the Yankees came away very impressed with Freeman. Said he'd be and this was apparently according to Cashman, he'd be the perfect guy to slot in between Judge and Stan.
Like we said,
where the fuck did you hear that before? And he came away saying to, I believe it's Casey Close is Freeman's agent, is that he didn't see I don't remember the exact fucking bullshit jargon that he used, but he basically didn't have the budget for fucking Freddie Freeman. But he took on Josh Donaldson.
Man, it's great to just fall back on that sentence. It really is. Like, because anyone who wants to rip this team or rip Hal Steinbrenner, They did spend money. Like you said, they're paid. Look, I've been saying this for how many years now? Brian Cashman's legacy started in 2016.
Yeah, it's been an utter failure.
Utter fucking disgrace. Disgrace. I'm disgusted.
Yeah.
And now, when I was trying to say earlier about Banuelos, and I'm not sure if it was the Mexican League, but he wasn't pitching in the major leagues last year. It was some off league. It may have been the Mexican League. He might have been pitching somewhere overseas. I don't know. But the Yankees signed him to a minor league contract this year, and he came into the game today. And late, and
did they really?
Yeah, he's back with the Yankees.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
And he came into the game the same time that Anthony Volpe came into the game today. And I said the fucking irony of a can't-miss prospect that flamed out, pitched in Mexico, and came back, coming in the same time that as the kid that the Yankees punted the next 2 fucking years for coming into the game. The irony of all that.
Yeah.
And I'm not being hyperbolic here when I say that Anthony Volpe needs to be a top 20 player in fucking Major League Baseball. The Yankees punted on five all-star shortstops for this kid. And one of them, who you can argue is the best shortstop in the game, would essentially sign for a 1 fucking year deal that would not have fucking screwed up any of your plans.
Such a disgrace, dude.
Now,
fucking disgrace.
Manny Banuelos was playing in the Chinese professional
was it
baseball league.
No, shut the fuck up.
Fubon,
he was in the Chinese league?
Fubon Guardians.
Oh, my bad. I confused Chinese with Mexican.
Okay.
You know, it's
All
like whoever's seen How I Met Your Mother, when there's a cold open one time when they're trying to decide where they want to go eat, and somebody's like Chinese, and he's like, "No, I had that yesterday," and then they go Mexican, and he's like, "I just said I don't want it." Barney says, I don't want Chinese. And he goes, somebody said, "Well, Mexican and Chinese are not the same thing." He goes, "Weird meats, side of rice. It's all the same thing."
That's true.
But true. Anyway, what was I saying? Anthony Volpe?
Yeah, he needs to be top 20.
Right? If Anthony Volpe dominated Double-A last year, and the Yankees punted on all these shortstops, not that you'd agree with it, not that you would agree with it, okay? Because you have to make sure that you say that, or else people don't understand you. Not that you'd agree with it, but you can at least understand the Yankees' rationale of not signing anybody because Volpe would be close to the major leagues.
Right.
The kid has not seen a pitch at the Double-A level yet.
Yeah.
We have no idea
Joke.
if he will even make it.
Joke.
To the big leagues.
Just an excuse, just a fallback excuse. That's all he is.
You punted. You fucking punted in a championship window for this kid. He has to be the real deal. He can't be okay. And look, do we really? Brian Cashman's contract is up at the end of the year. Do we really expect him to go anywhere?
No.
I mean, how bad?
This actually made his chances better this offseason of staying.
How bad does it have to be for Brian Cashman not to get a contract?
Never.
Extension?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
It's not
it's not evaluated based on performance clearly. It's about comfort.
I feel like him and Hal might have taken a blood oath or something, dude.
Yeah, but I think they're honestly, bro, they're like brothers. I know. Cashman's a part of the Steinbrenner family, so I get it. I understand it from that perspective. But like again, the guy's been GM for 25 years. Eventually, you need a different voice. You know?
Nope.
What do you mean? Nope. You don't need a different voice.
Nope. Not according to Hal.
Well, I'm talking about.
He's not going anywhere, dude. He should have been gone this year easily.
Their family. He's Steinbrenner. He's a Steinbrenner.
He's a safe and easy option, dude. And for as long as that is true.
Brian Stein. Brian Cashman's entire legacy rests on this fucking kid. It does. Now, he's going to get in my mind.
It doesn't. His legacy's far gone.
No, I mean, yeah, but realistically, I think his legacy as a general manager, he's putting it on this kid. He's putting his legacy on this kid.
Did the Yankees land one player that we thought would have made this team better?
Yeah, 5 years ago. If they would have traded, look, if I would have told you 5 years ago, Josh Donaldson and Marwin Gonzalez were Yankees' big off-season signing, you'd be fucking ecstatic, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And wait, I read a fucking tweet and I wanted to fucking blow my brains out. It was like, anyone who sits there and tells me this offseason was a failure when they're going into the season much better than they were last year. First of all, not much better. Better.
Incrementally.
Sure. Incrementally better. That's not... hold on. Since when is the goal to be better? When is that the bar?
Well, Chris, I've had people
When is that the bar?
me. I've had people attacking me all weekend. Yankees win 90 games and go to the postseason every year.
Yeah, I mean,
that's okay now?
Hold on. Let's just think about this logically for a second. When is the bar in the offseason to go, okay, dude, we got to make some moves, but there's one thing we have to make sure of. What's that?
Do we get a shortstop?
What's that, Brian? We have to make sure the moves make us better. Oh, shit. I never thought of that before. Hold on a second.
Well, you never said how much better.
Just better. You just have to look at the team and say, we're better.
I know you hate macaroni.
So hold on. There's only
salt in it this time. So
there's only two ways. There's only two ways to fail then, right? A, don't do anything, right? Or B, get a guy that you look at and say, is he better than the guy we're going to get rid of? No. Okay, so we should get him. And then that's wrong. So the only thing you have to do is get better. Then every team has a pretty easy standard to follow.
Look, honest to God, I wish the Yankees didn't even make the fucking Donaldson trade, because if you ran back the same exact fucking team, I'd be like, okay, just re-sign Rizzo and run back the same exact fucking bullshit. But you made this fucking trade as if it was some fucking groundbreaking thing that you did.
It's crazy.
I think that was why they made that trade. Like, that is their thinking behind it, is that they really wanted
it had to be
two guys with Donaldson.
It had to be, because we were talking about how the only way the move made sense is if they went out and spent money on another big piece that they needed, and they never did that.
And what has been Cashman's his best feature over the last decade or so has been his ability to find guys that other teams didn't really give the chance to. So maybe, that's his line of thinking with going out and getting those two guys. You have to sit here and think about IKF.
You have to sit here and really understand how bad Brian Cashman got fucking played by the Minnesota Twins.
It's so good.
They traded for Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. They're like, okay, we're good at shortstop. We got IKF. Oh, wait a minute. The Yankees are on the phone. You guys want IKF. Now the wheels start fucking turning. And you're willing to take on all Josh Donaldson's money? Okay, here we go. Here we go now. We're gonna, after what, 20 years of being embarrassed by the fucking Yankees in the postseason, the Twins finally stuck it up their fucking ass. The Twins got us. They got
Gary Sanchez. You want to know what Gary's going to do this year? 40 home runs. He's going to bat .250 with 40 home runs and 85 RBIs.
Yeah,
and he's going to be in the All-Star game. And I hope he fucking crushes it. Just to prove how negative and awful the culture is in New York right now.
It was time for him to go, though, dude. You have to admit that.
I'm not saying it wasn't, but if this is the result, if the plan has now come to fruition for the Yankees, and our biggest takeaway is, hey, at least they got rid of Sanchez, then I hope he fucking crushes it in Minnesota. I actually hope he fucking comes back and has a Minnesotan accent. I hope he says a boat.
I hope he starts speaking English in Minnesota.
Yeah. And he just
that's gonna trigger a lot of people.
He says, yeah, I play in Minnesota. And then he hits a fucking grand slam. That's what I hope happens.
Because I was not, fuck this guy, he doesn't even speak English. So I hope
if they got rid of Gary Sanchez and then it was like, but dude, they got Correa, They upgraded in the outfield. They signed Freeman. Then it'd be like, thank God we got rid of Gary Sanchez. He needed to go. Now it's like, shit, I'd rather take the ceiling. I'd rather take what he's capable of. I'd rather have Gary Sanchez shit the bed knowing that what his ceiling is than to not be here and for everyone else to just be meh in the lineup.
Meh.
Honestly, what's better? The bottom half of the lineup we have now or a shitty Gary Sanchez still being there knowing that he could smash one? What's better?
I mean, you're looking at right now your fucking catching duo of Rob Brantley and fucking Higgy.
I want to vomit. And I don't think Gary Sanchez should be here. I think it was smart. But when you're looking at what they have, you're going to tell me you're good with Gary just being gone because you hated him that much, rather than at least having a shitty, frustrating, strikes out all the time Gary Sanchez in this lineup with the ability at least to possibly hit one into the fucking streets of New York. Fuck you. Fuck this team. Fuck this organization. I'm out. My heart is not all there anymore. Am I going to watch every pitch of every game? Sure. But when they lose, you know what I'm going to do now? Instead of going, this fucking team frustrates me to no end, I'm going to watch them lose and say, yeah, this was what I expected.
I mean, yeah, I'm going to have that same exact feeling, but you know, I can't turn it off, bro. It's just something that's still inside of me, and I'm so
inside of you.
This is what people don't understand, is that you can love this team and hate them at the same time. And that's where I am. That's where I'm at right now. I'm so looking forward to April 7th. I am. It's fucking opening day. It's baseball's back. Can't wait for the Yankees to start playing real meaningful baseball. But I fucking hate their guts right now.
If you could have say one sentence to Brian Cashman right now, you only had one sentence, what would it be?
It only has to be 2 words.
What?
Fuck you.
Really? Right. What would yours be?
Why?
That would be it? Why with a question mark?
No, why is a statement too. It's just like, why?
You want to know what mine would be?
Get the fuck out!
You would play that?
Mine. Yeah.
I'd
actually hire him. Very good.
He played
to come and
George,
play.
He worked for in Seinfeld.
Did he?
He played George Costanza in the TV show version of when they pitched the show.
That's right, he did.
That was before he had the hair plugs.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I guess I did.
Yeah. So even though we're ripping Brian Cashman, he did send us some exclusive audio.
He did, yeah.
Because another thing the Yankees did this week is they traded Luke Voit. If you're not watching on NYYST, I just made the sign on the cross. So thank God.
They got a really good prospect for him.
Yeah, right. Really,
they wanted more. Apparently,
he's top 10 though.
Yeah, in the system,
he's one of those
Padres system.
He's one of those can't miss prospects. Yeah, we do have some exclusive audio from Cashman. Should I hit it now?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, we were trying to get Will Myers over here too. Didn't work out. With that Luke Voit deal, he's making $21 million. We want that. We want to bring that on short term. Not really, going to be good for us, but just kind of what we want to do. Take him on, bring on diamond in the rough guys, and and then get a little out of them, and then trade him away to teams like the Twins or the Padres. Like, we'll do that with Hicks probably next year.
Wow.
Just seems lost.
Yeah, he's even giving away maybe possible moves.
Well, it's funny that you brought that up because I have to say this. Are the Yankees not realistic in what they like? It's a beautiful thing to get what they got out of Luke Voit, Gio Urshela, right? These diamond in the rough guys. You love them at the time. They did a great job. Do the Yankees hold on to hope for too long where then they trade them for a fucking kid who should be shining your fucking shoes and not even be on a baseball field? Is that what happens here?
They're taking it. They traded Luke Voit for Luke. They traded Luke Voit for a lottery ticket. Is what they did.
How much better is IKF than Gio Urshela? If you I know you don't know much about IKF, but if you had to put a number, 10 being the best and 1 being 0 being the worst, what would you put on Gio?
As a baseball player,
as a short, if you had to be a shortstop, let's say, for your team,
5.5.
Okay. What would you put on IKF?
To be my shortstop?
Yeah.
Like a 6.
Okay. So what you're telling me is you were willing to get incrementally better by getting IKF, but then also what else did you do, Christian? Did you also say, oh, by the way, here's $40 million. I'll take off your payroll and get Donaldson. Did you also do that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we did that. We definitely did that.
Oh, okay. Was that a good move, you think?
Yeah, especially when you allow the team to that you took the money from to sign Carlos Correa.
Do you think that was part of the deal? Do you think it was like, hey, I'll take him, but dude, you got to outbid us for Correa so that we don't have to spend the money and we can tell our fan base that duped us, you duped us so that we don't look bad.
100%.
And I think it makes you look worse, don't you?
Makes you look worse, you fucking idiot.
If Carlos Correa signed that deal with the fucking Brewers, whatever. I don't even care, to be honest with you.
No, because you're not even expecting the Yankees to do it at this point.
But the Yankees cleared the way for him to go to Minnesota.
Minnesota.
That's what's so mind fucking boggling to me.
Yeah.
They cleared the way for him to go to Minnesota. They're
Minnesota.
like, we don't have to get this guy, but we'll help another team get him.
Oh boy. I just want to read a tweet of mine from the other day.
Tweety?
I just think it's just still a great tweet. I tweeted this on March 12th. I said, Yankees fans, fair warning. They're on track to make 0% of the moves necessary to build a World Series caliber team this season. I did that on March 12th. It's been 8 days and it's still fucking true. And now it's too. Now, when I tweeted this, all these guys were still available. Freeman, Correa, Story, all of Olsen. They were all available. Not anymore.
No,
0%.
So listen to this. I open up my Twitter app, right?
Your Twitter.
And the first thing I see is somebody mocking fans that wanted one of the top shortstops. Oh my God, that emoji. The Yankees didn't sign that one of the premium shortstops. The reason why is because the minors are full of high-end talent. Volpe, Peraza, Sweeney, Vargas, Arias, Peraza. Hey, you fucking jerk off. How many major league games did those kids fucking play in? How many all-star games did they play in? How many general managers of the New York Yankees told you that they fucking needed to get better at that fucking position and they didn't? That's another thing. Fuck everybody out there that wants to fucking sit here and be like, oh, you got upset because you played Twitter GM. No, you fucking jackass. The actual general manager of the team told us they needed to get better there.
Did they?
Did IKF make you better?
Incrementally.
Really? Tell me how much better you feel about the team with Gleyber Torres at shortstop versus Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Tell me how much better you feel about the New York Yankees. You don't. Do you?
Not really. Incrementally.
Defensively, you feel a lot better.
My biggest, defensively. I give you
yeah,
that.
But who cares?
You don't. But you know, on the same token there, IKF make you a World Series team by removing Gleyber Torres from shortstop? No, you're still probably now you're the third wild card. Congratulations.
Yeah, and you know what? Everyone's fucking demeanor out there. Remember when it used to be like, oh, poor Yankee fans didn't get this guy, blah, blah, blah. That's over with, dude. Like, I don't mind getting ripped as a Yankee fan, but get with the times, okay? The Yankees don't get shit anymore. They don't get anyone. Fuck you for telling me that I'm being spoiled at this point. I don't care if the Yankees every year when I was 10 years old until I was 20. That's been fucking 12 years, 13 years.
The Yankees are not the Yankees anymore. You know, that's like that, Chris, you know that scene in Newsroom, that first scene, it's like when
America's
Why is not the greatest country in the world anymore.
That could be the Yankees. I might try and dub that. That's great. I might try and do that. No joke. But listen. When the Yankees won a World Series last time, remember when we'd either celebrate with champagne or drink the world's worst vodka?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't even legal to buy that.
Right.
Like, I couldn't even legally drink.
Yeah.
Jules, you're drunk. So, like, I wasn't even legal to drink the last time the Yankees won a World Series?
Yeah, no. Right.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I'm spoiled.
Go out there. I'm not even asking them to go out there and give me a superstar at every position. I'm not saying go trade fucking Aaron Hickson, bring in fucking Mike Trout. Be realistic about shit, but make the moves that make sense. You had an unprecedented opportunity to bring in an all-star shortstop to cover yourself for the next couple of years and to make sure that this kid was the real deal. Because, Chris, what happens if Anthony Volpe flames out? Huh? What's the backup plan?
Carlos, well, how many years will it be that Carlos Correa is out of his prime at that point?
One of the other four guys that they have, they'll just keep.
No, how many years will Carlos Correa be out of his prime at that point?
Well, he's 27 now. So, I mean, it'd be what? It'd be 31, 32, 30. Do you want to say 33 before the Yankees pull the plug on
33, looking for like a 7-year deal, right? To like close out his career. I think then they could just go to Correa when he's out of his prime and wanting to end his career.
This is what I don't like is that you've also casted no net to protect yourself if you fall. The kid flames out, you're fucked.
Because they don't care, Christian. They don't
put
care.
All your eggs in this you put all your eggs in this basket for what?
They don't care, dude.
Then
when are you going to get it?
Then don't say anything. Don't sit there and lie to us. Don't
That's
tell us that you know
now.
that you. Don't tell us that you know that you.
Well, they
to
did.
Fucking improve at shortstop.
Dude, you know where we failed this week? Not pulling the audio for Hal, from Hal, because they did get better. Christian, you didn't hear. You didn't hear that Hal Steinbrenner knows that this team is a World Series caliber team, that they are capable of winning a World Series. You didn't hear?
Again, I don't get worked up over that type of shit. Just like
no, fuck you. You should.
I don't get worked up over because why should I get worked up over it? Oh, you think Hal of all people is going to come out here and say, "Yeah, Brian really fucked this team up"?
Maybe he sits there and goes, "It's not really where I thought we'd be."
I spent $260 million on this.
Our payroll is $255 million now, or whatever it is. And yeah, I know there were some better options out there, but hey, I still have faith in this club. Not to go out and say, no, we're World Series caliber.
Where he stuck his foot in it. Yeah, right. When he stuck his fucking foot in his mouth is when he brings up COVID-related revenue losses. Shut the fuck up, bro. Nobody wants to hear about. Nobody wants to fucking hear about how you can't fucking fuel your third yacht because
I'm gonna find it.
Fucking revenue. Fuck you, dude.
I'm gonna find it.
There's people that lost their fucking businesses that haven't worked in 2 years, and you're fucking talking about you can't sign fucking Freddie Freeman. Eat shit. That's where he pissed me off. Fuck you bringing up COVID like some fucking jerk off.
Crazy, man.
Hold on. Here's one of the clips.
So audio of Hal Steinbrenner.
Hal Steinbrenner.
Okay.
The measure of success for the Yankees has always been to win a world championship. Has that changed in any way, shape, or form?
It has not.
Do you think it's still realistic?
With this team we have now, absolutely, I think it's realistic.
Are you optimistic?
I'm always optimistic.
Why?
Most optimistic about this.
They're laughing at him.
Say again?
Why are you optimistic with this ball club?
Because I think they
Why?
have what it takes.
That's
This is
my
a championship caliber team. I think the trade that Cash made was a great trade. We're going to miss the guys that moved on, but I think we addressed one or two of the needs that we had. But look, this team's got a lot of experience. It's a veteran team. They got a lot of heart, and I think we're going to see great things this year.
The second you say lot of heart, you lying to me. That's when you know it's a lie.
I don't
Talks
even
like
care
a
about.
50s politician.
He is a fucking politician. He's
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
he's
well,
fucking
yeah,
full of
well.
shit, bro. I don't even get worked up over that. That's all fucking bullshit to me, bro. I don't care.
No, yeah, you shouldn't care,
Okay.
Christian. You
I
should
don't
want.
care that.
You should
I don't
want the
care
owner
that-
of the Yankees saying it was a great move and it
Move.
addressed.
It was
our-
a good move, see?
Listen, dude, I'm starting to become a if George were alive guy. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but could you imagine if he were alive and said something like that after this offseason?
Let's
This
dig him
isn't
up.
what we were
Is he
fucking
frozen?
brought up as.
Is he frozen? Let's unfreeze
Is he
him.
frozen? No, that's Ted Williams.
All right.
But here's the difference between George and Hal.
What?
Brian Cashman wouldn't have made that fucking trade because he wouldn't have been working for him anymore. So here, I was thinking about this earlier, right? George and Hal. And this fucking idiot that last week told me that Hal had better success as an owner than George did. Was George a perfect owner? No, he wasn't a perfect owner.
No, he's fucking erratic and nuts.
He was a maniac, but he bought the team. The Yankees were a fucking, they weren't even a joke. They were just not even relevant when he bought them. Within a couple of years, they got to 3 straight World Series, won 2 of them. Thurman dies, unfortunately. They were back in 81, and then from 81 to 92, they were just terrible. They were a joke. And then Gene Michael comes around, builds a team, and then that's when George started listening to his baseball people. And Hal does the same thing. Hal listens to his baseball people. Only problem is that Brian Cashman is not Gene Michael. So until he
Only
goes out
difference
there,
is Hal's baseball people suck.
I just said that. Thank you. Yeah. So until Hal realizes that he has to stop listening to Brian and I think it was Pete. I'm not ripping on Pete. I'm really not. But he said that, somebody told him that if you ask Hal the line to 1 through 26 name the roster, he couldn't do it. And
Who said this?
I think it was Pete. And I believe that the majority of owners in Major League Baseball, if you ask them to list their rosters 1 through 26, they couldn't do it.
Yes,
I believe that. No, I don't. I'm being serious. I don't think that they're involved in the day-to-day operations, that they would know that the fucking 26th man on the roster. So they're trusting. They all trust their baseball people to do what they're supposed to do what they're hired to do.
Right.
Until Hal realizes that he can't trust Brian Cashman to run his team anymore, we're just going to be stuck in this shit. We're going to be here for the next X number of years until Brian Cashman dies.
So here's my only request.
Or Hal dies and somebody else takes over the team and is like, dude, you got to go.
Here's my only request then, because I've been saying this for how long now, that as long as Brian Cashman's here, you can go back and listen to any fucking show you want to listen to in the last year. As long as Brian Cashman's here, we should expect nothing good. So let that be the bar that's set, and let's stop expecting anything.
I would say nothing great to happen. I think they'll always be at a certain level, but will they ever be at the level that you want them to be?
Let's peel back the curtain a bit.
Reservations.
Let's peel back the curtain a bit. Why are we with NYY News TV? Because why?
We're going to quit.
We plateaued. We hit we hit a lot of success in the beginning, and then we plateaued for a couple years, and it was like if we're not going to hit that next level, then we need to start evaluating what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
And then joining with Pete and everyone at NYY News TV, the season hasn't even started, and we've already seen the growth that we've been missing in the last couple years. That's what the Yankees are now with Brian Cashman, and Hal is not choosing. He's not making the right choices to show growth. It's almost as if he's just complacent. He doesn't care, and this works for him. The plateau works for him.
Yeah, because they make so much fucking money every year.
Can we see, here and there, some peaks from the Yankees, some ups, some bad downs, some big ups? Sure. But when you zoom out on the line chart here of everything from 2017 on, it's just been this flat fucking line. And they're not.
It's not flat, bro. It's going like this.
Oh yeah, honestly, if you really want to look at it, you're right. It's going down. It's trending. It's at least trending downward. And this offseason did not make me any more confident.
I'm actually stunned that Hal let him add to this payroll. Stunned. And not because I think Hal is cheap, because what are you getting out for the extra money?
What was our payroll last year?
210.
And what is it now?
It's not set in stone because they still have to go to arbitration with guys like Judge and shit, but the projections are around 250, 255.
Okay, so if I told you going into this offseason, the Yankees were going to add $45 million to their payroll, give me your worst team. Give me your I'll take that team.
Rizzo and Correa, or Simmons, IKF, and Freeman.
Okay. So imagine that you got Rizzo and fucking Donaldson. And you say to yourself, at the very least, $45 million. Maybe we also traded for a pitcher? Nope. Do you have any faith that he's going to trade for these guys in Oakland?
You ever see Bad Santa?
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You ever saw Bad Santa?
No, I know. I know.
Oh,
Yeah, you should see
dude.
that movie.
Well,
That's with Billy Bob. Billy Bob.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't really remember too much.
Well, there's a scene when the kid asks Billy Bob for something, and he goes, "Wish in one hand, shit in the other, to see which one fills up first." So do that, and instead of wish for a starting pitcher and shit in one hand, and wish for a starting pitcher in the other, and tell me which one fills up first.
Yeah, I that's pretty accurate as to where they are now. So I'm not saying Cashman can't pull it off. Will it make up for this awful offseason? No. Will it make this team a lot better? A lot more than incrementally better? Yes.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make up for the fact that you wasted so much money in a spot that, again, doesn't make sense.
All right, so say this, right? Then I hate calling everybody a cuck, but this is just cuck behavior. Why is everybody mad? The Yankees got better. We got better. Okay, you did get better. And they're like, that is not the goal in the offseason to get better?
No, I said this.
Yeah.
No, the goal is not to just get better.
Listen, shut up and let me make my point. Yeah, the goal is to get better. You want to be better than you were the previous season, but better by, did you do anything to get you over the fucking hump that you've been stuck behind the last few years? Did they do anything to get better?
No.
Better. So what? They'll be a 93-win team. They'll be a 93-win team this year, and they'll still be the second wild card if they're lucky. That's better, right?
Who's more injury prone, Gio Urshela or Josh Donaldson?
I don't know. Donaldson played more games last year.
Did he really?
Yeah, I think he played in the 130s.
Yeah, Donaldson's also 36 now.
So what are the honestly? If
Such
the
a
goal
joke,
is to
dude.
not be the second wild card, the goal is to win a division, be a legitimate threat to win a pennant, to be a team in the conversation to win a World Series. What move has the Yankees made has gotten you over the hump to be that team?
Have the Yankees made? Have the Yankees made? Not has.
When this becomes an English grammar fucking podcast, I'll let you know.
That could work both ways, though.
No, it can't.
You know what only works one way? S my D, motherfucker, okay? This is definitely not the part of the podcast where children are allowed in the room.
No, they're asleep. They're asleep by now.
Fuck the kids.
You can't say that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that, dude. You can't say that shit.
Theoretically.
What maneuver has this team made that's gotten them past the threshold that they've been stuck at?
Tim LaCastro.
Yeah, Timmy Lowe, who even in that fucking the fucking TikTok videos that the Yankees are making when there's like, what player wouldn't you want
babysitting
your kids? And LaCastro's like, I don't know. I was here for like 3 days before I blew my knee out. Yeah, that's the guy we want back.
Yeah.
That's the guy we want back.
All right.
They got to calm down with the
Here's a little challenge for us. You have to say one genuine thing that this team, if you're going to, let's just say out of nowhere they win a World
Series. Is this like
Series.
Marriage counseling and you hate your wife and the therapist is like, please say one nice thing about your spouse?
Yes. So let's just assume they win a World Series, right? Crazy assumption. You're out of your fucking mind. What could you say based off this offseason that is the reason why it helped them win the World Series?
A move they made?
No, not a move, just all together.
What?
What's like a positive spin that you can put on this team that's not just like, we got Donaldson, he's good. Just like all around about this team.
I guess you'd have to lean towards something about Rizzo.
I would say
he puts him over the hump.
If there's anything giving me hope, whether it be false hope or not, it's that this team defensively is really solid right now.
Yeah, that's good.
And that gives me hope.
As long as Gleyber Torres isn't at second base, yes, this is a very strong defensive
Okay, so
team.
someone messaged me. No one really noticed this. Did you guys realize that Gleyber Torres
sucks? Yes, I
wasn't in the lineup today, and then last minute he was put back in?
Well, you think that they had a trade in on the table?
Possibly. That's the person who messaged me had that assumption, but it wasn't even talked about. And it was right after Correa signed with Minnesota.
Sources, bro?
Not Minnesota. Was it the Correa signing?
Story.
I forget. It was Story, right? That he was put back in the lineup. Maybe they thought they were getting him and trading off Gleyber, and everything fell to shit.
They weren't fucking signing him to 6 years. Come on, bro. We all know that.
Imagine. But just in general, could have just been a trade. Maybe they thought they were pulling the trigger on something.
No, they should still pull a fucking trigger on a trade for him if it's going to net them.
He needs to go, dude. Right? Get me something.
There's a couple of more things that I want to hit on, and we'll try to wrap. What's the time cue right now?
We're at a $1:10.
Oh shit! So I want to keep this, and I want to wrap this up in the next 20 minutes. But there's a few things.
20, Jesus.
This is so long we got to get to, bro. We haven't even touched on first base, Judge.
Jokes.
Aaron Judge is a joke?
No, joke. First base, joke. Judge, the whole thing is a joke because it shouldn't even have to be discussed.
You are, not you, you out there are proving to me.
You, the universe.
That you don't touch grass and you only watch baseball on spreadsheets when you're continually telling people that the Yankees don't need to improve their pitching because they were a top 5 staff last year, which statistically they were. Statistically.
They were great starting pitching.
Is it a World Series caliber rotation that they have right now?
I'm guessing you were being sarcastic when you said Sevy looked good today.
He gave us 4 runs in 2 innings.
Oh, good.
Now, normally, I don't get worked up over a guy's first spring training start because it's usually just about getting the work in, and especially for Sevy that hasn't pitched in 3 fucking years. But I also said this today. That's fucking karma. The Yankees deserve to have Sevy look like shit today after the fucking shit that they pulled this offseason.
Yeah.
You cannot realistically sit here and tell me that the New York Yankees have a top 5 pitching staff.
They're not even top 20 right now.
Oh, they were top 5 last year. Yeah, they did a collectively did a very well job last year. Very good job last year. I won't deny that. They surprised us a lot of the time. The Yankees were kept in games and won games because they were able to hold down the opposing offenses because they were really bad last year offensively. But if you're expecting that again this year with this group of guys, you're fucking nuts. Like, honestly, go check yourself into a mental institution.
Well, you have so many question marks. That's the biggest problem.
You have Garrett Cole, who until I see otherwise, I'm going with the SMD Tour top 2-3 pitcher in the fucking sport. No issue there. Jordan Montgomery, again, we're going to say no issue there, but he's a 4th fucking starter. Sevy hasn't pitched in 3 fucking years. Tyone's throwing on Monday. He's starting the game on Monday. Okay. But what do you expect out of him? You expect to get 30 starts out of fucking Tyone this year.
If he can stay healthy.
Yeah.
Herman's already on the 60-day IL.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nestor Cortez can't sniff the fucking 5th inning. Michael King at the smarter Yankees. He
should be in the bullpen.
He should be in the fucking bullpen.
He's been great out of the pen. Mediocre starting.
So where is the starting pitching coming from?
Dude, it's like even the tools this team has at their disposal just aren't utilized properly.
And I don't even want to harp on the fucking Robbie Ray thing again, but dude, do something. You need to get somebody into this rotation.
Somebody that's reliable. They don't even have to be great.
Pete said in our group chat today, Sevy would be lucky if he would make 22 starts this year. I said I'd sign for it in fucking blood for him to make 22 starts this year.
22 decent starts, good starts, mediocre.
It doesn't matter. I tell you, just for him to be on the mound 22 times this year. Wouldn't you take it as a fucking victory?
We should have gotten Kluber back.
Yeah.
Oh,
where is Kluber?
Rays.
Tampa.
Oh, right. That's good. He'll probably shut us down.
No, everybody's freaking out about fucking Kluber. Please get out of here. Moving on now. We'll wrap up with the fucking first base discussion. I gotta say this. You're gonna really see what a fucking joke of an organization. Like, you really want to put the official joke stamp on the Yankees? Like, for me to you maybe already did it, but for me to go joke. Watch the way watch the way the Yankees handle Aaron Judge's arbitration.
Didn't you say this is first base?
I said we're going to wrap up with the first base discussion, but I'm going to get to Aaron Judge.
Judge? Yeah. Why? What do you think is going to happen?
They're going to go to arbitration with him and let him go to free agency.
You really believe that?
What is showing? What?
No, nothing. You're right. You're right.
What is showing me that they're going to do the right thing?
Nothing.
Well, with the mandate thing coming out too, I wouldn't sign Judge right now. If that's true.
No, that's over with, dude. It's over.
What do you mean?
Randy Levine fucking got shit done.
I thought it was indefinite.
No, it's not happening. Even Evan said it. They're cutting that shit.
Oh, you have inside sources?
But if they don't cut that shit and he's not vaccinated, then they're not going to sign.
And that's another thing. I'm over everybody be like, fucking Judge isn't vaccinated, trade him. Fuck you, shut up.
Honestly, fuck you. If you feel that way, if your first thought isn't it's so fucking ridiculous and he shouldn't get vaccinated just at the fucking play, fuck you at this point. Honestly, go fucking screw yourself. Honestly, you're someone who I don't want to be around, don't want to hear. You're fucking delusional and you're a fucking moron. Get out. Get out.
Anyway. Aaron Judge and the New York Yankees should never sit in front of an arbiter. They should never sit in front of that person.
If they do, they don't deserve him.
Because you want to know why? He should be handed a fucking contract, a long-term extension before that ever happens. That's when you're going to see how fucking serious this organization is and how much of a fucking joke they are. Because if they're willing to do that, that means they're willing to let him test free agency. And at that point, you know what? Guy, I think Pete said it, Chef Jr. said it, Yankees don't deserve him. Should fucking go somewhere else. And at that point, you know what? I'll be on fucking board because if you're actually going to fight this guy in arbitration in his walk year and then be serious about fucking signing him 6 months later, he should fucking tell you to go fuck yourself and leave.
Doctor, go vouch yourself.
So here's one thing. Here's one thing I thought of. I need you to clarify something. You're not saying that they can't do other things to prove that they're an official joke to you if they do sign him properly. You're just saying that that would be the straw that breaks the camel's back for you.
To fuck with your franchise?
Like, if they sign him properly, you're not going to go, oh, yeah, they're not a joke, right? But you're just not going to say, oh, they're a joke if they do sign him. You're just holding that for something else. You're holding back on that for something else.
Yeah, well, I don't know what that's.
They're not proving, if they sign him the way you think they should, they're not proving to you that they're not a joke. They're just proving to you that they're a little less of a joke than they're not an official joke.
Right now, to me, they're a bootleg joke.
It's not Facebook official.
You know, yeah, it's like, you know, I didn't go to, you know, it's like, yeah, it's not Facebook. We can go with that. It's not Facebook official. You didn't go to Facebook and put in a relationship with. It's like Yankees in a relationship with joke.
Joke, right? Okay, deal.
So, and we'll wrap up with this here, unless you guys got any thoughts on Judge.
No. I hope you're. Let me tell you something, dude. I'll wrap up with this with Judge. I think in my mind, as much as I hate this fucking organization right now. And when I say organization, I don't mean the players. Right? When the players are on the field, I'm rooting for this team to win. I want the best. I used to hate Josh Donaldson. I tweeted this the other day. It's hilarious how we can hate guys until they fucking sign with your team. And right away, you're just like, you know what? I think Donaldson sounds like a pretty cool dude. I'm going to fucking root for him. And I'm excited to. I want that edge. I'm cool with it. I hope Sevy goes out and has a Cy Young caliber season. I'm not sitting here saying I hate this organization as in the players. I hate the upper management. I hate the front office. I think they're a fucking joke, and I think they have 0% of our hearts in their minds when they make any of these moves. That being said, I still can't even get on board, as down as I am on them, with the idea, with the thought that they would let this go to arbitration. I think you're out of your mind for even thinking it could happen. So if that does happen, not only do I think they're an official joke, I don't know how much of my heart can be in this team anymore. I really don't. Because that is beyond everything else that we've been discussing. That is just pure spit in your face. We don't give a fuck about you type of decision making. And then I'm truly done.
Yeah, but you could sit there and say I'm out of my mind but what have they done to give me any
No.
confidence?
That's nothing against you. I'm saying it's such a fucking insane thought that I, as down as I am on this team, can't even fathom that to be a true thing that could happen.
And I do. So tell me.
Right.
So
right.
Tell me. So then explain to everybody how fucked up this team has acted that I think that.
Right. Because you're the Yankee apologist.
All right.
And have I apologized for that once on this episode?
I'm shocked. I've been waiting for you to.
No, the whole episode you made it.
All right, first base.
Okay, first base.
All right.
So Monday, Pod comes out. Well, we were live Monday. Pod comes out Tuesday. Ryan, what the fuck are you doing?
Gotta get up for a second.
There's a spider.
What did I clipped it. I clipped the audio, put it on TikTok, tweeted it.
Talkies.
What did I say? What did I fucking say?
Oh, the Rizzo line.
What did you say?
You called.
Oh, yeah,
I
just
said,
rip the Band-Aid.
Pull the Band-Aid,
Yeah.
re-sign Rizzo, cut the bullshit. And they did. Okay?
Great.
And again, I said, don't make me hate Anthony Rizzo. I don't want to fucking hate the guy. I love Anthony Rizzo. Yes, I want. Did I want Freeman more? Yes, obviously. Did I want Olsen more? Yeah, of course I did. But I'm happy Anthony Rizzo's a Yankee. I am.
Sure. Of course, no one wasn't.
Great.
But, and this is not that I'm apologizing for the Yankees, but
Almost made it.
I have to get in their minds. I have to try to understand why they do what they do.
We are going to start banging.
So if you're telling me we're going stopgap at shortstop because we have the number 10 overall prospect in Major League Baseball, I don't like it. I think it's stupid, but I understand why you're doing it. You're banking your future on this kid. I think you're a fucking bunch of morons for doing it, but I understand why you're doing it. You think this kid is going to be the real deal. You signed Anthony Rizzo to a fucking 2-year deal with an opt-out after the first year. Where's the first baseman in the pipeline?
Wait. That's great because this team planning for the future, right? Now we're back to planning for the future. Who else did you talk about that there's no future for? We just said someone. Wait. Guest judge. There was another player. I forget. But Rizzo, that's a great call. Who is it? Who is this team in 3 years? Who is this team in 3 years?
Because if you think Garrett Cole's sticking around for this fucking train wreck when his opt-out
Hell
comes
no.
up,
I hope he doesn't, dude. I hope he fucking doesn't.
He's not
So
gonna
again-
fucking opt out.
Oh, you think Amy's going to let him sit here and be the second fiddle?
Hell yeah, if he's getting paid the way he is, no one's gonna fucking pay
When
him
is
like
his
that.
opt out? After next year?
Ryan, look that up, please, while I'm thinking
sure.
here.
Sure.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. No problem.
Well, your fucking name is Stat Guy Rye, literally. so.
Guy, right?
Oh, that's what the S stands for. The opt out is after the 5th year.
So
Which
after
is
next
what?
year.
I knew you were gonna drop that question next, dude.
2019, 2020.
2024, babes.
No, he came here in 2020.
All right,
So
2020, 2021,
1, 2, 3, 4.
2022.
Yeah,
I
so
just said
after next season.
2024, motherfucker.
No, after
Yeah.
the 24 season.
Oh,
So he's here for 3 more years.
Sorry. I just got-
so by then he's out of his prime.
He still suck anyway. You're right. He's not.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. You guys are gonna have to pay me.
Oh my ass.
So I get. So
Kick
again,
my ass.
I get. You don't want to block Anthony Volpe. I get it from your rationale. I get
From
that.
idiotic perspective, I get it.
Who the fuck you blocking if you signed Freddie Freeman in a 6-year contract?
Yeah, you're
Who
right.
the fuck you blocking if you traded for Matt Olson and gave him the extension that the Braves gave him?
Yeah.
Cock
Yeah,
block.
dude.
Who?
Cock block. You're
Cock
cock
block.
blocking Hal. Hal's trying to fuck.
So Rizzo goes out
DTF.
and Rizzo goes out there and rakes this fucking year, hits free agency, and then what? We're left holding our dicks for a first baseman.
Yeah, then we can't afford him.
My
Such
God,
a
that's
joke,
another.
dude.
That's another. Like the things that they do don't even make any fucking sense, guys. That's what really pisses me off is that the moves that they make don't make any sense. I can't. You guys know
the moves they make are not equal to the love you take. Wait, what movie is that?
I don't know. I never heard that before.
Is that a lyric? Is that a Beatles lyric?
Oh yeah, it is. Wait, it is. It's from Chris Farley. It's from the Chris Farley show on Saturday Night Live. He's like, you remember when you said the love you take isn't equal to the love you make. You remember that? That was awesome.
That's great.
This is one of the things that you get pissed off with me about, is that I don't always argue my point. I argue the Yankees' thought process.
Yes.
So if I can't come up with their fucking thought process, how fucking stupid is it? How bad is their thought process?
That's a
when I can't even argue it for them.
Yeah, because you're the guy to argue it. You could be the Yankee lawyer to the fans, and if you can't find something, then you
be the
know,
arbiter, bro.
Yeah.
No, we only signed Rizzo to a 1-year deal because. Wait, why did we sign Rizzo to a 1-year deal? Oh, because we're fucking dumb. We got Josh Donaldson, and we couldn't get Freddie fucking Freeman. We couldn't find that in the budget, but I got enough money for Josh Donaldson, though. Oh my God, that's
so good.
I don't even when Brian Cashman dies, and I'm not wishing death upon him. I'm really not.
Yeah.
Chris, really? When he dies, I hope that he dies before me, obviously, because he's a lot older than I am. So I hope he dies before me. So I'm around to talk to the engraver of his tombstone, and I don't even want it to say Cashman, Brian. I just wanted to say Donaldson, Josh. That's where I want him to be buried under that for fucking eternity.
So you're just gonna put Josh Donaldson on my what do they call it, tombstone?
Yes.
I wish I was listening, but I'm trying to find the clip.
What clip?
The love you make is equal.
Oh, just look up Paul McCartney. Chris
No,
Farley.
I have it. I just got to find it.
You really don't.
You don't have to do it.
Right.
Now's not the time.
Luke Voit got traded to the San Diego Padres, and I was thinking, you mentioned this last week, like the Yankees just seem to just trade with the same 4 teams, and San Diego's on the list now because that's where they dumped Chase Headley a few years ago.
Yeah, they've made a few moves with them. Now, Jan Harvest.
I don't know if they'll be making any moves with the Twins anytime soon. Ever again.
No, not after this one. Well, you never know.
The Twins finally got one over on the Yankees, first time in fucking
the Twinkies, the
30
Pirates,
years.
the Padres, and who's the 14th?
You know what's going to happen
Giants,
next year?
and
you
the
know what's
A's.
going to happen?
Mariners.
Byron Buxton, right? Yankees going to be like, all right, we're going to trade for Byron Buxton, but you got to promise not to sign Aaron Judge.
Yep. You promise you're not going to do this.
You promise I'll take him off your hands. You got to promise you're not going to sign Aaron Judge.
He's like Spicoli now. He's like, Mr. Hand, you promise you're not going to sign Correa if I take this salary off your hands?
Dude. And then he calls him up and you're like, bro, but you promised.
Dude, I can't believe you fucking did that to me.
Man, you promised, bro. So Voigt's gone. I mean, I know a lot of people are like, oh, I'm gonna miss Luke Voit. Yeah, I'm gonna miss
My
him.
wife was pissed, especially because he got a haircut.
I'm gonna miss him like that fucking case of hemorrhoids I had 10 years ago.
I never had, dude. That's a sensitive subject. I've never had hemorrhoids. I never had hemi. I probably did. I probably did have a hemi. I
told this story before. I had hemorrhoids my senior year in high school.
Did you?
It was during baseball season. I had a really bad, and I told coach that I pulled my hamstring because it fucking hurt when I was running. So I told him I pulled my hamstring, and he was like, "All right, cool, whatever." And then somebody outed me, and then he bought me like Prep H, and he went on he pulled me to the side and told me about how he had hemorrhoid problems and what he
Who was it, Mazzo?
Yeah, and I was like,
that's a different kind of roid rage.
Yeah.
Buggy, put this on your asshole.
Hemorrhoid rage.
Yeah, and then when we found out about him, it really
yeah, it really made sense.
Okay, so let's end the show there.
Yeah, let's do it.
Little inappropriation there. Inappropriate behavior of teachers.
Yeah, I got a few stories about that.
Yeah. Are you mad Luke Voit been traded?
No.
So angry, dude. So angry. He's the future of this team. No.
I mean, people are cucking over him. I'm just, and now, but I think about it. We signed Rizzo to a 1-year deal. What was the fucking point of trade?
We might need Voit. We might need him in a couple of years.
My God, dude! we'll end it on this. I didn't say anything.
Speechless.
Yeah, because that's how I felt
wow.
after
But I lost
the
you.
Correa thing. Fucking speechless.
Speechless.
Because for me personally,
Laughable.
I want to be able to make sense of what this team does, whether I agree with it or not. I want to sit there and be able to dissect it and say, I see where they went with this. I don't like
They,
it.
them.
Okay. But I see where they went with it.
Yeah.
When I can't make fucking sense of it,
You're right, man.
can't make fucking sense of it, bro, that's what really pisses me off, because then you know it's just
Then
a
you
fucking
can't be
pile
the
of,
apologist.
then you just know it's just a pile of fucking dog shit.
If you give Christian a scenario where he can't apologize for your team, he's pissed and he feels deflated, and that's it.
So it's been an embarrassing week for the Yankees. I don't know how they recoup from this, other than they shut us up, and they win a division, they win a pennant, and we're celebrating in October. But as I said to open the show, I don't know how they do that right now.
If that happens, we will end the show. We will end the show. If this team, as constructed right now,
Yeah, but come on, let's not say that, because then we're gonna take away if the Yankees were to win a World Series, that it's gonna
no, we
feel
should end
like-
the show because we're the assholes at that point.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't deserve to have a show.
The Yankees.
Well, you quit. I'll still be here.
Okay.
I'm not quitting after a World Series. You kidding me? We waited 6 years for this shit.
I have to pee so bad, dude.
You have got a bottle there. Okay.
You think
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's what
fit
I
in
do.
it? This is too small for me.
Okay.
Okay, it's not bragging, dude. It's like fucking.
I need either Snapple bottle or a Gatorade bottle
Okay. Yeah.
with the bigger mouth.
I need a fucking Yeti.
Oh man.
This is when I regret letting the show go this long.
See,
All right,
it's your fault.
Yeah, well, next time I see your mother, I'm going to tell her the same thing.
All right, not mine.
We are going to start banging.
That's gross. To play that after
Really?
someone talks about your mother.
Oh, God damn it. Oh, thank you very much for listening to episode 274 of the NYYST podcast. I don't know how you guys have been doing. I've appreciate all the new follows, and we got a bunch of new follows.
Yeah, I got some new followers.
And on at NYYST _podcast as well. So thank you very much. If you're joining us for the first time in this regular time slot after the live, we appreciate it. We're definitely going live in the next couple of weeks when we do Fred's projections. So be on the lookout for that. And next week we'll probably play Guess That Yankee, unless they do something fucking
Which they won't.
Even
Which they
Steven-
won't.
Which they won't? Is it what you're saying?
Oh, I thought you were saying unless they make a huge move.
Unless they do. I was going to say if they don't do anything even stupider.
I don't
than
know
what
if
they
there's
did
any
this
more dumbness that can trump what happened. Sorry for saying Trump. I know that offended. I know that offended so many people.
Huge
China.
Huge
China.
dude.
Don't
China.
don't challenge them. Don't challenge them. Cashman, we already know Cashman listens to the podcast.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
definitely.
Ooh, Jason Hayward.
Yeah, he's listening to the podcast and he's like,
Mm.
"Can I do anything stupider?"
Who did we want 7 years ago that we could get now?
Ooh, Jacoby Ellsbury.
Have they found him in the Mojave Desert? All right. Thank you very much for your continued support of the show. Please follow us on Twitter at NYYST _podcast, SGR.
Go Yanks.
Chris, say goodbye.
Poof!
Before it hits the